Hello and welcome back. I'm DragonLoon and we are back in Airport CEO. Last time we got our baggage system set up for our international and our regional airports, and this time we are going to be working on the ever popular food, and that includes both the restaurants that you would find inside the airports, as well as providing food catering for the planes. So let's go ahead and get on in here to our R&D tab, because we need to do some research. What we need to research first will be our franchise restaurants, and we'll go ahead and assign 3 administrators to that. And then we also need to research the catering service for our aircraft, and we'll assign 4 to that. So let's go ahead and get that going. And while we are waiting on that, we can do a little bit of work in our airports. For instance, we need to make some changes to our regional airport, because what I'm going to do is these areas that we had set up originally for our baggage areas and our ticketing areas when we first started this airport, we're actually going to use that for our restaurants and our shops. So we need to install some walls. Although remembering, we still haven't even done any decorating over here. And wow, we need some more janitors. So first, we actually want to take care of that. Janitors, and hire a bunch of them except the reds. All right. So the first thing we need to do over here is, of course, lay out some flooring. But looking at this is going to get on my OCD's nerves. So I'm just going to put that wall there and deconstruct that wall. Sorry, that was going to get on some major nerves of mine, OCDs. All right, so getting back into the flooring, we're actually going to stick with our tile flooring here. And let's see, what pattern do we want over here? Let's go ahead with the not sure. We'll do that one here. All right, so we'll just drag and plop all of that down like that, and that's quite a bit of a chunk of money. All right, the next thing it looks like we need to do is our passengers don't have any place to use the restrooms, so let's throw in a restroom there. No, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that because we're going to be eventually expanding in that direction. But we can throw in a restroom right there. And let's see here. We will throw in a restroom right there. And we'll just throw in another restroom right there. All right. So once that's taken care of, they will have restrooms. Now we need to take care of our seating. But let's actually add some windows, because who doesn't like watching airplanes taking off? I know I certainly do. All right. Oh, that lined up absolutely perfectly. Except right there. So we'll go down to a smaller one. Just like that, and that's interesting. Not sure why that plane couldn't land. We might need to add in a second runway, which is gonna really suck. But we'll take care of that later. All right. How many construction people do we have? Operations. We have 70 on staff. That is more than enough. All right, so let's add in our seats. All right. Why can't those people get there? That is really odd. Give me a second. I need to figure out why some people can't reach things. All right. Well, I am not entirely sure why things are being so difficult. It looks like everything is getting constructed fairly well. We do already have one bathroom open, and I want to go ahead and change the tile pattern on that one. Because, I mean, after all, it is a bathroom. All right. So, there we go. All right, and now we actually have our R&D finished, so we have our catering depot. Now, the interesting thing about the catering depot is, if I'm not mistaken, one part has to access a service road, and the other part has to access a regular road. So what we can do, what I thought we could do, actually we still can. So we can put our catering building in right here, and then just run a regular access, public access road right here, and then take out the fencing right here to allow access to the service road. So that's what we're going to do here. As soon as I can get it on the correct level. All right, and now that we have that built, what we need to do is we need to hire some catering trucks, and we will get 8 catering trucks. We also need to go back in here to, and we'll pause it, to our offered contracts and sort by catering food supply, because we need to sign a contract with a caterer. So let's go in here and look at this. $1 per food item for Conway. Happy Pig is also $1 per food item. And Sky Garden is $1 per food item. So I guess the only difference between the companies is how much they deliver per delivery. So Sky Garden offers 2,800 per delivery. Happy Pig is only 2,000 per delivery, and Conway Catering is 2,250. So we are going to go with Sky Garden, and we'll sign that, and that will allow us to start receiving shipments. And once we have the catering trucks in, which they'll be here in about 2 minutes. And there we go. There is our catering delivered. And it looks like our catering trucks have started arriving. So what we need to do is we actually need to assign them over here. Just like that. Let's make sure that we got a few more baggage trucks over here. Why do we have baggage trucks over in this vehicle bay? All right, so we got that taken care of. And now that we have those catering trucks, what we can do is we can go into our operations and turn on aircraft catering, and that's just going to bring us even more money, which is a good thing because we're really low on funds right now. All right, so the other thing that did open up was we now have restaurants and cafes. And what we need to do with that is we need to build a space that has food counters, displays, cash registers, and all of this, and seating for our guests of different sizes, because the different sizes are going to be needed by the different contract franchises. So what we want to do is we're going to start over here with our international side, and this is going to be the difficult one. So what we want to do is we want to prepare a room and we don't need, unlike other games such as Sim Airport, we don't actually need a kitchen area for our restaurants, which is a really good thing. So let's make a cafe that big. And now that we know the room size, we can install some walls. And we're also going to need some doors, but we don't want people entering on this side. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and have them enter there and there. All right, now let's go back to our restaurants. And the first thing we're going to want to do, let's take this large cash register and we will put that I wish I could tell which direction easier. All right, we will put that. Let's see, we're gonna have customers coming here, so we'll put that there, and then we're going to need a display fridge. We'll put a few display fridges like that, and then we'll put a sandwich display there, and a coffee machine there. And we'll put snacks on this side. All right, so that takes care of that. Now we need to put in some seating. But before we do that, let's take a look at the contracts. All right, so just like with everything else, we have different star ratings and they need different things. So if we look in here, Petty Bew, or however you pronounce that, they're a 4-star contract, so they're going to give us the highest amount. But if you look, they want 8 cafe fridges. I don't remember seeing a cafe fridge. That is really odd. Oh, because it hasn't been built yet. All right. So they want 8, but we only have 3 here. So if we want them, we're going to need to put in a few more display fridges, which is fine. We can makes 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. So now if we wanted to, we could sign this 4-star contract. And I think we're going to do that. But before we can actually sign it, we have to finish building all of this. So what we need to do is we need to add in our seating. Give me just a few minutes and I'll have that seating added in. All right, I have all of that added in. So now we just need to wait for the construction team to finish constructing this. So give me just a few minutes and we will be done. But while we wait for that, actually, as you can see, our catering trucks are coming in and filling in all of our airplanes. And so we're already receiving some catering from that. Let's check on our flights because we seem to be having a lot of delays. So I wonder if the AI is just not doing something the way it's supposed to. And again, it may just be because of the distance that the passengers have to walk in order to get over to this area. And I'm guessing that that's probably what it is. The other thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and change the flooring in the restaurant so that, you know, at a glance we can see what that is. And we'll go with this tile type. And we'll just throw that in there like that. All right. So if we go back in here to our contracts, ooh, it looks like we have a lot more. All right. So as you can see now that we have 2 of those fridges constructed, it says that we have 2 out of 8. Even though we've placed 8, they just haven't been constructed yet. So let's go ahead and let this finish. All right, so now that that is finished, we can go in here and we can sign this contract. And we don't have to worry about hiring any staffing for these because that is part of what the contract does. Now, if you look, the contract expires in 6 days, 5 hours. And let's go ahead and go into the economy. And we actually can't review that contract. There we go. All right, so one of the things that we need to be cognizant of is the total number of sales for the sales bonus. So this contract is asking for 5,300 unique sales. Now, the only way we're going to really get that is to increase the pack flow past this restaurant. And you know, the only way we do that is by adding in more airlines and have more flights coming in. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that we are going to need a bigger runway, or a second runway for that matter, in order to take care of that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to our runways and I'm going to grab the small aircraft runway, and we don't have enough funds. So how much does that need? 1,500. All right, so once that gets in, I will add in another runway just for our small aircraft stands to be able to get them off of this runway here and hopefully free up more space for the larger aircraft to take off and land. But if you come in here and look, we're already getting sales. We have 68 sales of 5,300. And our rent revenue is doing awesome. All right. While we take care, since we've gotten at least one cafe taken care of over here in our international, why don't we come over here and take care of our regional area? Now, the regional area, we're not going to put as big of a cafe or restaurant because we're just not going to get the pack flow. So let's go ahead and throw in one of these, but before we do that, we do need to take out some walls here. All right, so it looks like we've got all of that set up. We've got one cafe that is soon to be open here in our regional area. We've got one cafe over here in our international area, and it looks like it's closed for today, but that's okay. So the next thing that we are going to need to make this a full service airport is some cabin cleaning. And once again, we need to go into our R&D and we need to research our cabin cleaning. And because this airport is supposedly in Alaska, and Alaska does get a lot of snow, we are going to need de-icing. So let's go ahead and research the de-icing as well. All right, so it looks like all of that research is done, and what I'm doing right here is I'm adding in that small runway for our regional side so that we can, like I said, clear up the medium-sized runway for our international side. But if you look down here, we have our de-icing pad and our de-icing fuel depot and our waste depot. Now, if I remember right, okay, good. All right, so with the trash removal, the cabin cleaning or waste disposal, we just need 2 service road entrances on this. And I did add in the largest air traffic control tower, so we can actually get rid of this one here, and we'll put the waste disposal there. Now, I've never actually messed with the de-icing, so I don't know what all is involved with that. And I wonder if we can actually... No, we can't add more storage for the de-icing. Interesting. All right. Well, as you can see, that is all done. And so we'll go ahead and throw in the waste disposal right there. And it's saying that we need service road access out here like that. All right, and then we can put in a de-icing pad. That is going to make things a wee bit interesting. All right, so I did make a few slight modifications to the layout, simply because I wanted some parking for the de-icing trucks and for them to be specific to the de-icing trucks. So I made some changes here because I couldn't throw these parking spots inside like I had originally thought I would be able to. So I just built this, and what we'll end up doing is we'll run a walkway around this to where we can have the much larger aircraft on this side. Or what we might just do is we might just have the much larger runway over here with the extra large aircraft gates on this side. Don't know. We'll have to see. All right, so we have all of our trucks. We have our cabin cleaning trucks, and they're already parked in here. And we have our de-icing trucks, which just made it up here. But just like with everything else, with the de-icing, we do have a fuel supplier. So if we look in here, this is just like the catering, where each one supplies, ooh, no, it's not. It's almost just like the caterers, where each one supplies a different quantity of de-icing fluid per delivery, but at a different price. And the ChemCorp is the best. It offers the most at the lowest price. So we'll take care of them. The cabin cleaning feature doesn't require a contract. It's just waste disposal, and the waste trucks take care of all of that themselves. So now that we have all of that, we can go into our operations tab and turn on our aircraft cleaning and de-icing. And now we have a one-stop shop airport. The next thing we'll need to do is we'll need to go ahead and build up these other two terminals right here, along with all the baggage systems and everything that we need associated with that. And look at that. Our first plane is here to get de-iced. All right, so after a little bit of tinkering and redesigning and everything like that, I've got everything laid out, and I have our small aircraft going down their own runway, as evidenced by the fact that I just removed all of that. So I did add in a few de-icing pads here. We might have to add in some more de-icing pads over here for the larger aircraft, but the next thing that we are going to be working on is opening up these two aircraft stands so that we can bring in more people through our international airport. If we go over here and we look at our tutorial panel, it does tell us to unlock the shop upgrade next for the shop franchises. I don't think that we're going to be doing that this time. Just looking at the general recording time, it has been quite a long time, which means that the total video is probably going to be getting pretty long, and I'm trying to keep these short and sweet and simple. Don't think I'm doing very good on the simple side, but I'm definitely trying on the short. So, as always, if you did like this video or you found the information enjoyable and enlightening, please make sure to leave me a like. And if you have any suggestions on what I might be able to improve upon, please leave a comment down below. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe so that you don't miss any more of this awesome content. But until next time, stay frosty out there.